Hi there, villagers. It's so good to see you again. If it's your first time here, hi, welcome. I hope you decide to stick around. And today, I am going to be talking to you guys about this entire tariff situation. I am not an expert, so here's a video to explain it, what it is, and what is going on.
Tariffs are like a national sales tax. They add to the cost of goods, whether it's 10%, 20%, 100%, 200%. But don't believe me. Let's look at some history here. Trump actually imposed a bunch of tariffs, as you'll recall, including on laundry machines. Back in January of 2018, he put a tariff on a laundry machine, average cost $750, and added $200 to the cost of the laundry machine. But then President Biden allowed that tariff to expire. And so what happened? The price of laundry machines fell by $75, which meant that the increase in laundry machines, which had way outstripped inflation, actually ended up being lower than the average inflation rate in the rest of the country. Let's look at another historical example, the Great Depression. I think a lot of us studied in school that the Great Depression was either caused or exacerbated by tariffs. Actually, it wasn't caused by it, it was exacerbated by it is the answer. Smoot-Hawley tariffs were passed in January 1930. The economy was already in a recession. Look how bad it was. I'm not going to say the tariffs are all of this, but they certainly didn't help, and they actually hurt. Then the tariffs are removed by FDR in 1934. These were put on by Hoover. FDR removes them, and the economy is growing again. Again, not all because of tariffs, but I think every economist in the mainstream would tell you those tariffs and every other tariff hurt economic growth.
So as you guys can see, before I give my opinion on the matter, I must say that everything I'm about to say is definitively, positively, and absolutely my opinion and my opinion alone. I am not saying what I'm saying to incite the public. This is just my opinion on this topic during these crazy times. Now, with that already being stated, so tariffs, you guys, is basically taxes that business owners and consumers have to pay once an export is complete. I'm not going to say exactly verbatim because I already played the video. However, what does this mean and what do we know? One thing I've always said, that they are ushering in Project 2025. We are entering a new world order's next phase. Now, with that already put out there, for a lot of people, for some people, right, paying that 20-30% tax increase is not a problem. However, for a lot of other Americans, that will become a problem because we don't have an extra $4,000 in our bank account to cover that extra cost. Now, and we already know that the ones who have it are not going to give it, right? Now, with that already out of the way, what else do we have to look at? Gas prices. So, as some of us know, the gas that we use for our vehicles comes from Canada, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Venezuela, and Nigeria. Are they going to pay for the tariffs? I don't think so. We all know that the ones who are going to pay is going to be us when we get to the gas stations and we realize that it's $15 for a gallon of gas. And this is something that we have to really consider. Although we don't know exactly which items are gonna have these tariffs on them, all we know is that a lot of companies are not paying their employees their bonuses this year because they have to buy these materials beforehand, before they implement these tariffs once January gets. Because I believe it's a number of countries that he's gonna tax, especially China. So is Israel gonna also be taxed when they have to transport and export stuff? Or is that just specifically just China and other countries that are not cool with the US? But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this entire tariff situation. Stick around. I have more videos that I'm going to show you regarding what people are thinking about this entire mess. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. Subscribe so you can become a member of this village. And you love this village. You appreciate this village, baby, because it takes a village. Now check this out. I'll be back with my closing comments.
Breaking news. Donald Trump is not even in office and prices for goods are going up. Employers are cutting Christmas bonuses because of the tariffs. coming with Donald Trump's trade policies, and employees are being the ones to lose along with the consumer. Inflation will be increasing likewise. According to CBS News, CNN Business, and CNBC, and a post by an actual employee of a company in southwestern Pennsylvania, here's the latest on what's going on about Donald Trump and his proposed tariffs. The company in Pennsylvania, the president of the company told the employees that they would not be getting a Christmas bonus this year. They had a meeting with the employees to explain to them why and what was going on. And they said they would not be getting a Christmas bonus because that the company anticipated the tariffs that would be placed on goods imported from other countries to increase significantly enough that they were going to have to use the money to go ahead and try to stockpile materials and goods and products that they were buying from abroad now, so that once Donald Trump took office and these tariffs went into effect, that they would already have the products in stock and the materials in stock. And the employee said, but China and these other countries are going to pay for these tariffs. The president explained, no, children, that's not the way it works. That's what Donald Trump's told you, but that's not the way it works. The importer of the products pay those tariffs, and those tariff prices are passed on to the purchasers of those products, which means if your company purchases products from another importer of Chinese goods, that importer pays the tariffs, in which Donald Trump is proposing to be 60%. They pass those increased costs on to you, the local company, which you pass on to the consumer, the American people. China does not pay for this.
Exactly. And the sad part is they don't have to, and they will not. It's giving the wall. Remember? You guys remember? Build the wall. Build the wall. And he said that Mexico was going to pay for it. Well, it turns out Mexico did build the wall, but it's not for the reasons that you guys think. So, yeah, I'm not going to play the whole thing here, his whole video. Please check him out on TikTok, since you know TikTok is on a TikTok. So, keep watching. There is so much to this mess. Check this one out.
And then all the price of your goods will go up 10% overnight. Here's how it really works. Let's just take, and we've done this in the past, let's take a company like Toyota. So Toyota is a Japanese car manufacturer, right? And Lyndon Baines Johnson back in the 1960s said, we're going to do a 25% tariff on all pickup trucks. Now, how do you avoid a tariff? It's not a trick question. You avoid a tariff by making the product in America. No tariff. So Toyota, what they do to get around the pickup truck tariff, which, by the way, they're huge. You guys have seen Toyota pickup trucks. They're everywhere. They make all their pickup trucks in America. So what it is, it's a forcing function to re-domicile labor back to the United States, not necessarily to just slap a tariff on top of goods coming in. But it's more important to understand this. If we wanted to sell an American-made product like Ford, okay, we are not allowed to sell our American cars in the interior China. They will tariff them 200%.
Exactly, because America and China are not friends. So if they implement this here in this country, other countries can be susceptible to do the same thing on American build items as well. Well, you guys know, check them out. I'm not gonna play the whole thing here. Well, it's all done anyways, but check this other video out. It's crazy.
So my boss pulled me aside today. He just let me know that we will not be receiving our Christmas bonuses this year. And as a welder that already lives paycheck to paycheck, this is devastating. All because Trump is saying that he is going to enable tariffs when he is in office. Because even though we buy locally and we support small businesses local to us, those small businesses purchase materials that are from overseas, so they would have to pay that tax. Meaning they have to increase their products. So when us as a company are purchasing products from them, we're going to be spending more, and therefore that is digging into our bonus money. However, he did say that we would be receiving a big raise next year, that because other businesses are going to be increasing their prices, we are going to have to increase our prices, so we will be making more money. However, that won't fucking matter because everything is going to go up in price, so that raise will literally mean nothing.
That part right there, exactly. If wages go up for every employee, we're gonna have a problem that will cause even more inflation, and then everything that you have saved up will be gone. But there's more. Check this out.
Oh, I found a quiet place to be. Well, I had just got off a meeting with my partners for my business, and basically we've decided to go ahead on and try to buy up at least 6 months supply. We already have 6 months supply because of the proposed tariffs. And we're going to actually forego salaries to make sure we have what we need because, the proposed tariffs. And see, a lot of people think the foreign companies pay tariffs. And no, the American companies pay tariffs, and then the prices go up, and then the part of those tariff taxes are passed on to the American consumer. I am a black-owned business. I have a fragrance brand called AZ Apothecary, and I'm kind of glad that we still have some stock. Most of my stuff is American made, but a lot of my containers, jars are coming in from China. And also, there's a lot of companies that are gearing up to mass stock up on supplies and forego people's bonuses because of the simple fact that those 50% tariffs that they're going to be imposed. So what a tariff is paid by the American people, American companies, not the foreign companies. So when those things are imported in and those taxes are charged, it's going on, the Americans are paying that. So basically, ultimately, it is going to affect you, not the foreign country.
Yep, there it is, that part. Say it louder for the people in the back. Americans and American companies are the ones who got to pay for the tariffs. She said it was 50%. The gentleman before her said it was 60%. So now we're about to see, we are about to flourish into the new world order. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys help me get where I need to be because I am not ready. I am not prepared for this new world order stage. I am broke. I don't have a job. Literally, this is my job and taking care of my children. But I hope you guys can help me out. And if you've gotten this far in the video, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, like it. It goes a long way. Help me before we get to these tariffs, y'all. But check this out.
It ain't even been 72 hours and this shit is backfiring. This woman just finished making a post about the company that her husband works for. They just made an announcement to all their employees that they will not be receiving their Christmas bonus this year because they have to prepare for the tariffs that are going to be laid onto all of the products that enter the United States.
Don't you guys worry. I got that video. Just keep watching.
Because they need to buy it at this price right now before those tariffs end up being laid upon it, and they will have to raise their prices. And basically, everybody there was like, oh no, those tariffs are supposed to be laid on the foreigners. So now, everybody working there is fucking shocked because they didn't even know what a fucking tariff was. We tried to warn y'all. We told y'all to vote blue. Y'all wanted to vote red. So guess what? Nobody gets a Christmas bonus. This Christmas is gonna fucking suck. We're about to go into the worst economy that we've ever motherfucking seen.
All because of money. Give it up for money, y'all. But check this out. There's more.
What can tariffs do to your healthcare? This is not political, but I hope that this will be educational and invite discussion and conversation.
Alrighty, you guys. So I got a medical professional to basically explain a little bit what is going to happen to the healthcare system once this implementation of tariffs begin. And so let's hear him out because I love you guys and I wanted to make sure we cover all the bases. So this is going to be a lengthy video, but I hope you guys stay with me. Check this out.
And I want to start this by giving a simple example. So you know how when we order from Grubhub or Uber Eats, the menu items are upcharged 15 to 30% compared to the actual menu items if you go into the restaurants? Well, this is because the apps charge these restaurants a fee to use the apps, and without cutting into their profits, these restaurants pass that fee onto the consumers. This is similar to what tariffs might do to many aspects of healthcare. And with a higher cost, the healthcare systems and the insurance companies will likely pass the cost onto the patients so that they maintain their profits. So here's how tariffs can increase healthcare costs. 1. Increased costs of medical equipment and supplies. Many medical devices and supplies are produced or assembled internationally, and tariffs on imports can make these goods more expensive. Every hospital and clinic needs these things, and though you don't directly pay for them during your visits, the facility will charge more to your insurance, which can drive up your premiums and deductibles. 2. Higher drug prices. Many drugs are manufactured or sourced from countries like China and India, which produce a significant share of what we call active pharmaceutical ingredients. Increased costs for these can affect both branded and generic drug manufacturers in the US, leading to higher prices for both insurers and consumers. 3. Impact on supply chain and availability. I hope most of us understand that high tariffs can disrupt the global supply chain and cause delays and shortages. And in periods of high demand like the COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions compounded by tariffs can lead to sharp price increases on essential items like ventilators, PPEs, and critical medications. 4. Cost increases for research and development. This is close and dear to my heart because I'm a researcher myself. High tariffs on specialized equipment, chemicals, or biotech products can increase the cost of R&D and slow down innovation. All in all, these are just some of the ways I think high tariffs can affect the healthcare system as well as you as a patient. What I don't want to see is for these changes to widen the healthcare disparity that we already see in this country. But I guess time will tell.
Wow. I hope you guys saw that and heard that and just
Okay, I had my 2 days of sadness and 2 days of being upset about these election results. The petty queen has returned. My grocery bills, I'm keeping all of my receipts from now to the rest of this presidency. My shit better go down. The gas receipts also will be getting those printed out so I can keep track of my gas as well. I better be paying $1.50 a gallon and no more. My grocery bill better be cut in half. And I better be exaggerating the feeling of them coming after the 14th Amendment, because let these motherfuckers come after my marriage and try to delegitimize it in any way. You think I'm insufferable now? You have no idea.
Okay, homegirl said, y'all better stay out of my house and stay out of my bedroom. Otherwise, you guys will have hell to pay. But it's an interesting time, interesting moments that we're living on, and we gotta try to stay grounded and be realistic. Nobody's paying $1.50 for gas, not in this presidency, not in the one before. But if you want to hear the rest that she has to say, go check her out. It's awesome. But check this out.
And to everyone who said they voted for Trump because he's better for the economy, I need you front and center right now. Explain to me what this means. $1,700 to $4,000 extra annually. Explain to me like I'm 5 in MLA format with 5 to 10 sources. What's this mean? Stink? What's going on? I'm gonna hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. You about to be extra broke. Alexa, play Brokey by Lotto.
Yep, we are. So please help me. I'm already broke, so help. So this next video, you guys, is from a business owner. I just showed you one who said how her business is going to be affected. So here is another one with a kind of similar but different situation. Check this out. Don't forget to let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
So it's already started. I import products from overseas. Products that are made of materials that are not produced here in the US. They haven't been produced in the US for, 50, 60 years. So no matter how much I wanted to pay, I could not get these materials here in the US. And all of my manufacturers have sent me emails letting me know that because Trump was elected and he has threatened tariffs, all of the pricing will go up in January in anticipation of these tariffs. So the goods that I buy will cost me more money, not the other country, and then I will have to raise prices that I sell them at to make that up. So it's already started, and for people who didn't realize what a tariff was, you're about to find out, okay? Because it's going to affect everything.
Yep, sad that not a lot of people knew what a tariff was. I'm not gonna pretend like I knew. I had to do this research myself, hence why I did this video. But check this out. So you guys remember the other video at the 11-minute mark? So this is the story that she was talking about, the people in Pennsylvania. So this next videos will be talking about voters in Pennsylvania who are upset once they figure out what a tariff was. So check them out and let me know what y'all think.
Go, folks, we already have multiple complaints from Trump voters about the negative downstream effects of Donald Trump's proposed tariff policies. Number one, they don't even know what tariffs are. Number two, they are just now realizing that tariffs are paid by American manufacturers. And number three, they are not happy. So of course, Trump does not take office for 74 more days. But when we live in a free market, capitalistic society like America, markets are reactive. Markets are reactive to what is coming up in the future. So companies now know they have to prepare for the potential of tariffs. They now know they need this extra revenue to pay the tariffs. They now know they need more in their stock, and we are seeing the effects play out in real time. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe so we can build this pro-democracy community, and let's jump right in. You know, I want to start off with one of my favorite tweets of all time, and this describes what we're going to be seeing a lot of over the next 4 years. This reads, quote, "I never thought the leopards would eat my face," sobs woman who voted for the leopards eating people's faces party. And it's basically illustrating that people will constantly vote against vote against their own interests, undermine their own health and life just to vote based off of vibes. For example, a few months back, there was a woman telling me that she needed healthcare for her autistic son. She needed therapy for her autistic son, but she didn't have access. And I talked to her. I said, "Do you think the government should be able to provide a bare minimum level of healthcare for people in need?" And she says, "Yes." You know what? I can pull up the video before we break down today's topic. These Trump supporters are voting against their own interests. Tell me what issues are at the top of your mind heading into this election.
I would say Medicare, Medicaid. Our son's on Social Security. He was diagnosed with autism, and we're having the runaround of trying to get therapies covered and stuff like that. He's not getting anything for the month because we make too much money. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but we have to do one income with my husband or with my son's schedule and everything. Yeah. So it's been kind of hard financially, and I'm trying to figure out, you know, the education, the Social Security, all that is.
Okay, so first of all, none of this is meant to undermine this woman's lived experience, this Trump supporter's lived experience, but she just named a few things. She said, "I'm worried about Social Security. I'm worried about Medicare, Medicaid." She even said, "We're trying to get education figured out."
I'm trying to figure out, you know, the education,
So I want to ask a question. Do you think liberals are better for Medicare, Medicaid, for education, for healthcare as a whole, and providing therapies to families in need? I would say liberals are better 10 out of 10 times. Not to mention Donald Trump's plan to cut entitlements because he wants to cut taxes for the rich, but also he doesn't want a deficit spend, so you necessarily have to cut.
Check out his channel. He says a lot more. There's a lot more to that interview, but check
They should understand that Trump's tariff plan is a ridiculous plan. I mean, taxing everything that comes into this country, a 20% tax is going to be transferred over to the American people.
So this is a senator that was speaking about tariffs and what it was going to do to the American people before the elections even began. He said a lot in such short time, but it's super important. So hear him out and then tell me what you think in the
price on anything that's imported is going to go up by 20%. That's going to cost every American family $4,000 a year minimum. That is a significant hit on families' finances.
Minimum. He said minimum. Y'all heard minimum? I heard minimum. Oh my gosh.
Donald Trump wants to increase tariffs on other countries. That is a horrible idea. Why do you think that? This is America! We should make our own product! No, because increasing tariffs is not going to benefit anybody, and it's going to be at the detriment of the consumer. How would it be at the detriment of the consumer when the other country pays for the tariff? Imports a product, the company that's importing the product is going to pay the price of the tariff. So if he raises the price, the U.S. company ordering that part is going to pay the extra money for it. But that's not what he said. He said other countries would pay the price. Why would he force American companies to pay more? Because he wants U.S. companies to stop ordering from outside the country, and typically tariffs are used as a bargaining chip. So he wants to raise tariffs on China by an exponential amount, meaning we're going to order less stuff from China. And that way China can't make as much money off the US, it doesn't become a main exporter. Well, understand, if that company pays more to order that product, who do you think gets directed that cost? China! You do. Oh. So the company is not necessarily paying the tariff, you are. And then washing machine prices go up and everything is going up because you are paying the tariff, but hey, at least it's US made. Well, instead of importing and paying a higher price, can't we just make it in America cheaper? No, because if something is made, if the reason a company would order another product from another country is because they can make it at a cheaper price. It would cost us more to make it here, which is why we import it so we can get it at a cheaper price. But if we keep all our money in America, couldn't we lower the price over time? No matter what, the price is going to increase and our relations with other countries will decline and they can raise tariffs right back to us. Now we can't export goods because companies in other countries don't want to order from us. Oh my gosh, how do you know all of that? Because I'm a business major. I've taken a few economics classes. But this is America. I want all my products American made. Other countries should benefit. Nobody would benefit from it. It's too late. Project 2025.
I live for that cactus. Oh my God, that cactus is my favorite from his videos. So as you guys can see, basically that's how tariffs work. Other countries can do it right back to us, but there's more.
Hey, shout out to all the people that voted for Trump that are going to miss out on their Q4 bonuses for Christmas because their businesses have to buy extra product to last them for a year to offset the future tariffs that they're going to have to pay when Trump goes into office.
How y'all doing there? Are you guys okay? Uh-huh. I hope you are. But check this out. So this is more on that company that had to cut off the bonuses in Pennsylvania. A lot of companies are doing that. So it's not just one specific company. It's a lot of company, even across the U.S. So stick with me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like.
So a company in Pennsylvania today, all the people were brought in, all the employees, and the boss had to explain to them that they were not going to be getting their Christmas bonuses this year because of Trump's tariffs. They are now having to buy a year's worth of products ahead of time in order to stave off those tariffs. Of course, all the employees were disappointed because they thought that the other country paid the tariffs, which is misinformation that the Republicans put out there to try to fool people. The leopard's gonna eat your face. We're gonna hear more and more stories about this over and over and over again. People are going to regret their decision and realize that they have been conned.
And me, sweetheart. Oh!
Today in Elections Have Consequences, check out this post. The leopards are already preparing their feast. You know, those who join the Leopards Will Eat My Face party and then are shocked that leopards are eating their face. Observe. Results have already started. This is from an American woman today. My husband works for a small manufacturing company, and here in southwestern PA, that means most employees are Trump voters. When the president of the company sat them down today to tell them their annual Christmas bonus would not come this year because they now need to purchase at least a year's worth of products prior to January 21st due to the proposed tariffs, they did not understand. My husband said that their president had to explain what a tariff is and how it directly hurt their company. They all thought the foreign company paid the tariff. This is the level of ignorance voting against their own interests have in Pennsylvania, where we failed American women and children last night. So there you have it, guys. That's the infamous story and the conundrum that the voters in Pennsylvania are going through now. Let me know what y'all think. I'm not going to play the rest of what she has to say because I want you guys to go check her out yourself. And yeah, what do you guys think about that statement there? And keep watching. It just gets interesting. So check this out.
Yeah, hi, my name's Ben, and I have some information that I want to give to you that's going to affect you in the coming years. I'm here at my daughter's school for a VA assembly, Veterans Day assembly. You know, the rest of these suckers and losers. That being said, I'm also a business owner, a veteran business owner. I've owned my business for 8 years. It's a painting company, a house painting company. And just recently, Sherwin-Williams announced that they're going to increase our paint prices by 5% next year. 5%, that's above the inflationary rate right now. Guess what day they're going to do it? You can't guess. January 6th. What else happened on January 6th?
Well, first, thank you for your service. You're very much appreciated. Second, Sherwin-Williams is a painting store, you guys, if you didn't know. And they do hardware and other stuff as well as painting. And they are going around sending emails to the ones who they have business with to let them know that they are going to be increasing the paint prices by 5%. That is going to be a problem for anyone that wants to build their own home. Any reconstruction project, anything that you got to get done in your home, try to get it done before next year, apparently. So check this out.
He still doesn't know how tariffs work. He still thinks China pays the tariffs.
Wait, so China's not paying tariffs right now?
The tariffs are paid by the American companies that import the Chinese goods. I see you looking a little confused. This is the way tariffs work. What Trump did is place tariffs on Chinese imports. By the time the imports get here, China's been paid for this stuff. The American company who brings the goods in pays the tariffs.
Really?
You're kidding right now.
No, I thought he said he was raising the tariffs by 50 to 100% for Chinese imports.
You gotta clip this. I'm begging you. You gotta clip this and send it to me.
No, I'm genuinely
None
confused.
of this stuff is getting cut out, right?
No.
Oh my God.
We post everything.
Please. The tariffs are paid by the company that does the importing. So if you want to build a building in the US and you import Chinese steel, you pay China for the steel, you pay the US government the tariff. This is why it's inflationary. Economists have looked at Trump's tariff proposal and said it would make stuff more expensive for Americans by adding the cost of the tariffs to the total cost of production. So that's the way tariffs work. A lot of people don't seem to know how tariffs work, which is sad because this is how people end up getting sucked into Trump's vortex. He says something that sounds good. I'm gonna punish China with tariffs. Sounds good, Chinese tariffs. They're paid by the American company. That's why it's so damaging.
Genuinely, I had no idea. I thought China was paying those.
Yep. No, China's not paying them.
I thought they were, though.
They're not.
So why would he do that? I'm confused.
You'd have to ask him.
Exactly. So who's gonna ask him? Anyone? I'll wait.
We have some major breaking news right now. Companies around the globe are preparing to raise prices in advance and in anticipation of Donald Trump's tariffs program. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump has promised that he will increase tariffs should he become president again, and now many companies are expecting prices of goods to rise as a result of this economic policy that Trump will likely institute starting in January. For example, the CEO of Columbia Sportswear says that it is purchasing product now to ship out next fall to avoid rising costs. That companies here in America right now, anywhere from clothing companies to sportswear companies to baby products to auto parts, are all preparing to increase the prices of their goods that they're selling to Americans because of the tariffs. In addition, many companies are actually preparing to possibly leave China over the tariffs, which could lead to a lasting trade war. We are already seeing the negative impacts of tariffs on the economy, and they haven't even been instituted yet. As we get more information, I will provide it to you, but this is something important to note, so be sure to follow along for more.
Alrighty, so you guys saw that, all of that, and baby, this is gonna be an interesting 4 years. Interesting 4 years. I honestly hope that it doesn't get worse, because if you guys didn't know, there is a trend going on right now on TikTok about us black women giving up, because we are noticing that we're never protected. If you know, you know. But we're just gonna let everybody else catch up. We're gonna let everybody see the ramifications of their actions. So hopefully this 4 years passes without a hitch, and which we know is not. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I am so excited to see what do you guys have to say about this entire tariff situation. Is it gonna go up 20%, 40%? And how much more are we willing to give to kind of feed the machine, right? Because the machine gotta get fed regardless of who it is. The machine will always be fed. But I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. You already know, love yourself so nobody else has to. Appreciate yourself and say hi to a neighbor. And subscribe, because once you subscribe, you automatically become a member of this village. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.